Alright folks, got a new review for you today. This is a bit different than our usual fare. First of all, we'll do a quick knife review. I like to use CRKT or Cricut knives. This is my everyday carry. And this bad boy has been opening Amazon boxes for the last 4 years. I need to get it sharpened, but for now, we'll be using it as our Amazon box opening knife. Sorry, no fingerless gloves today. I'm not sure where they are. But let's take a look at this box and see what we got. This is something that I ordered over a year ago and completely forgot had arrived or was ordered. It is the Far Cry Blood Dragon Collector's Edition. So, Far Cry Blood Dragon is a game that I adore. It's the last game that I can remember actually counting down the days till its release. I was a fan of the Far Cry series in the beginning. Far Cry 1 was basically a technology demonstration, but Far Cry 2 was a very good, very special game. I'll tell you what, stand by a second, let me put some gloves on for this. So Far Cry 2 was a very special game. Far Cry 2, I had many hours of enjoyment with. And then Far Cry 3 came out. And at the time, I thought Far Cry 3 was the pinnacle of the series. I was very, very happy with the game. It was very immersive. But little did I know that Far Cry 3 was the writing on the wall for Ubisoft. With its tower system where you go find a tower and it unlocks a bunch of shit, and bad millennial type writing. Far Cry 3 was kind of the writing on the wall, because we all know how Far Cry 4 and 5 turned out. Pretty garbage tier games. However, amongst those, a little title called Blood Dragon released. And I was so excited for Blood Dragon. I saw a, it opens like this. So I saw a video preview of Blood Dragon, and it was everything I fucking wanted in a game. Now, keep in mind, this was like 2011, 2012. This is before the whole retro wave 80s hit. In fact, I credit this game in part for bringing that about. Far Cry Blood Dragon was such a fun experience. Michael Biehn of Terminator and Aliens fame voiced the main character. The soundtrack was all awesome synthwave, and the gameplay was fantastic. And it was a DLC. So instead of pursuing Blood Dragon, they made Far Cry 4 and 5, which are dog shit. But this is the Omega, or the Collector Edition Omega Force base from Limited Run Games. So I will say this is not available to purchase wholesale. If you want this, you'll have to find it on the secondary market. So I'm sorry about that, but this is the review. So the box is beautiful. It feels like a Kenner Star Wars box from like the 80s or 90s. Like, it feels like something a Y-Wing would come in. And then you open it up, it's magnetic. You open it up, and we are greeted by some fucking action figures. This is so cool. We've got Colonel Sloan, who's the antagonist of Far Cry Blood Dragon. Now it says Spider and Veronica Darling are available, coming soon. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Because Spider was your homeboy at the beginning. But here is Colonel Sloan, the villain. And then, of course, our boy Rex Power Colt. Comes the katana, throwing star, and a pistol. Coming summer 2007. That's awesome. I don't know if they ever will release these. I doubt they will, but this is really cool. Get all 4 Omega Consumer Products, OCP. That's a fucking RoboCop shout out there. And then we've got, looks like this opens up. And okay, so we've got that. And then we've got our PS4 copy of the game on physical release. We've got an actual VHS. And this is like promotional material on VHS. This is awesome. And then we've got a cassette tape of the soundtrack. This is fantastic. And then this... Oh, okay, so this goes here. Okay, and this turns into like a play set for the figures. Okay, I got it. So that's like the floor. They can stand on that. And it turns into like a whole thing. Okay, so that's really cool. This is actually one of the cooler things that Limited Run has done. And I sincerely hope that you can find this on the secondary market because this is super cool. I don't think that they are selling any more copies of this. But this is very cool. This is the Far Cry Blood Dragon Collector's Edition from Limited Run Games with a mini knife review. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later.